Aging is inevitable, but losing respect, that's a choice. Many people assume that respect in old age is automatic, granted simply due to the passage of time. Yet we see elders who command admiration and wisdom, and others who are ignored, sidelined, or even pitied. Why does this happen? The way we are treated in old age is a reflection of how we've lived our lives and how we continue to engage with the world. In this video, we will uncover the keys to earning and maintaining respect as you age. We will explore the power of physical strength, clear communication, gratitude over bitterness, lifelong learning, and active engagement in life. Along the way, I will share real-life examples, Buddhist wisdom, and personal reflections to help you see why these lessons are so important. Stay because I'll also share a personal story that will completely change how you think about aging and respect. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more content on Buddhist mindfulness and spiritual growth. Let's begin. Number 1, strength, the foundation of respect. A weak body invites pity. A strong body commands respect. It's a harsh reality, but true. Physical frailty often leads to being overlooked, treated as incapable, or even infantilized by society. But strength is more than just muscles. It's about how we carry ourselves. Strength is reflected in posture, movement, and even the energy we project into the world. It influences how others perceive us and, most importantly, how we perceive ourselves. A Buddhist perspective on strength. Buddhism teaches us about the balance of mind and body. The Buddha himself maintained a disciplined lifestyle, emphasizing physical health as a foundation for a strong mind. In the Dhammapada, it is said, "Health is the greatest gift, contentment the greatest wealth, faithfulness the best relationship." This quote reminds us that physical well-being is a gift, one that should not be squandered. Maintaining health is not about vanity or competition, but about honoring the body we have been given. Strength, in a Buddhist sense, is about resilience, both mental and physical. Aging does not mean surrendering your physical autonomy. Many older adults assume that frailty is an inevitable consequence of aging, but this is not entirely true. While the body does undergo changes, we have control over how we respond to them. Simple activities like walking, yoga, or even Tai Chi can keep the body resilient. These practices align with Buddhist principles of mindfulness and balance, helping to cultivate both inner and outer strength. How we carry ourselves directly affects how we are treated. A hunched posture, shuffling feet, and weak movements signal vulnerability. Conversely, standing tall, walking with purpose, and having a firm handshake command respect. When you are physically capable, people recognize it, even if they do so subconsciously. For example, in many traditional societies, elders were seen as sources of wisdom and were respected for their experience. However, in modern times, respect often requires an additional layer, the ability to appear strong and self-sufficient. This is especially relevant in a world where youth is often glorified. Thus, maintaining physical strength becomes not just about health, but about social standing. When you are strong, you are less likely to be dismissed or treated with condescension. Strength enables you to engage with the world on your own terms without relying on others for basic needs. Physical strength is not just about muscles, it's about confidence. Strength training, movement, and fitness have profound psychological effects. Increased self-esteem. When you feel strong, you carry yourself differently. This change in posture and movement influences your self-image. Reduced anxiety and depression. Exercise releases endorphins, which improve mood and reduce stress. Greater independence. Strength helps older adults maintain autonomy, reducing the need for assistance in daily activities. Sharper mental function. Physical activity has been shown to improve cognitive function, reducing the risk of dementia. Let me tell you about Harriet Thompson. She started running marathons at 76. At 92, she completed a marathon, inspiring countless younger runners. Her story proves that strength in old age is possible and earns admiration. Harriet's accomplishment was not just about running 26.2 miles, it was about challenging stereotypes. Many believe that old age means slowing down, becoming fragile, and retreating from challenges. But Harriet's example proves otherwise. She showed that discipline, consistency, and self-belief can defy society's expectations of aging. Whether you are 20 or 80, strength can be cultivated. Here are some simple, yet effective ways to maintain and improve physical strength. 1. Strength training. Strength training is not just for bodybuilders. Even lifting light weights or using resistance bands can help maintain muscle mass and bone density. Studies show that strength training reduces the risk of osteoporosis, a major concern for older adults. Beginners start with bodyweight exercises like squats, push-ups, modified if needed, and seated leg lifts. Intermediate use resistance bands or light dumbbells. Advanced work with heavier weights under proper guidance. 2. Functional movement exercises. These exercises mimic real-life movements, improving mobility and coordination. Examples: squats for getting up from a chair, lunges for stability, and overhead reaches for maintaining range of motion. 3. Yoga and Tai Chi. Both of these practices emphasize balance, flexibility, and strength. They are particularly beneficial for older adults because they reduce the risk of falls while improving overall well-being. Yoga enhances flexibility, breathing, and muscle endurance. Tai Chi improves balance, coordination, and mental focus. 4. Walking and cardiovascular exercise. Walking is one of the simplest yet most effective forms of exercise. Regular walking strengthens the heart, improves circulation, and keeps the joints flexible. Goal: aim for at least 30 minutes of brisk walking most days of the week. Alternative: swimming or cycling can provide low-impact cardiovascular benefits. 5. Posture and core strength. Good posture prevents back pain and projects confidence. Exercises: planks, seated spinal twists, and standing balance exercises. Practice: stand tall, engage your core, and walk with intention. Strength is not just about the physical body, it influences our social interactions and emotional resilience. When you are physically capable, you engage more confidently in social situations, feel empowered to take on new challenges, are less likely to feel isolated or dependent on others. Inspire those around you. People respect strength because it signals vitality, determination, and perseverance. This is why athletes, soldiers, and physically disciplined individuals are often admired, not just for their abilities, but for the qualities those abilities represent. Strength is not just a youthful trait, it is a lifelong pursuit. Whether you are young or old, prioritizing your physical well-being enhances your quality of life. The goal is not to achieve superhuman abilities, but to maintain the ability to move, function, and live with dignity. Harriet Thompson's story reminds us that it is never too late to start. Strength in any form is cultivated through consistency and self-belief. By staying active, moving with confidence, and maintaining a strong body, you command respect, not just from others, but from yourself. Maintain your physical ability, and the world will continue to see you as capable. Number 2, clear communication. Speak with authority. Communication is a fundamental part of human interaction, yet many older adults find themselves ignored or overlooked in conversations. This is not necessarily a matter of age, but rather how ideas are presented. A weak, hesitant, or overly nostalgic speaking style can dilute the impact of one's message. Conversely, speaking with authority can command attention, earn respect, and ensure that one's wisdom is valued. Why do people stop listening? When people fail to listen, it is often not because they are dismissive of an individual's experiences or insights, but because of how those insights are conveyed. Below are some common reasons why people may tune out. Unclear communication. If words lack structure and coherence, listeners may struggle to follow and lose interest. Rambling, going off on tangents, or speaking without a clear point can frustrate an audience. Excessive nostalgia. Constantly reminiscing about the past without connecting it to the present can alienate younger listeners. While personal stories can be valuable, they should serve a purpose in the conversation rather than becoming the sole focus. Apologetic or hesitant tone. If one speaks as though their opinion is not worth much through excessive qualifiers, self-doubt, or indirect language, others will pick up on that and may unconsciously devalue what is being said. Lack of confidence. Confidence is key in communication. When people hear someone speaking with conviction, they are more likely to pay attention. On the other hand, if the speaker sounds unsure, their message may not be taken seriously. Overuse of fillers and weak phrases. Phrases such as "I think," "maybe," "kind of," or "you know" can weaken speech. While they may seem harmless, they can make a speaker sound unsure or unconvincing. Instead, replacing these with direct statements adds strength to the message. The Buddha emphasized right speech as part of the Eightfold Path, which teaches ethical communication. Right speech involves speaking with clarity. Say what you mean directly and avoid unnecessary embellishments. Purpose. Ensure that your words add value rather than filling silence. Confidence. Speak with assurance, knowing that your wisdom is meaningful. By practicing right speech, one's words become more impactful and respected. Avoiding gossip, false speech, and idle chatter leads to more meaningful conversations where every word carries weight. There is a well-known Buddhist story of a monk who was famous for his silence. He rarely spoke, but when he did, people listened intently. His words carried weight because they were rare, well-chosen, and purposeful. This teaches an important lesson. The fewer unnecessary words we speak, the more valuable each one becomes. In contrast, those who talk incessantly without substance may find that their words lose significance over time. The takeaway? Speak less, but with more purpose. Let every word serve a role. How to speak with authority. 1. Speak with clarity. Organize your thoughts before speaking. Get to the point without excessive detours. Avoid using ambiguous language. Example, instead of saying, well, I think that maybe we should try to do it differently, say, let's take a different approach. 2. Use strong, direct language. Avoid filler words that weaken statements. Replace weak phrases with assertive ones. Example, instead of saying, I kind of feel like this might be a good idea, say, this is a good idea. 3. Tell stories with purpose. Personal stories can be powerful, but they should have a clear takeaway. Relate past experiences to present discussions to keep listeners engaged. Example, instead of reminiscing about the good days without context, tie the story to a lesson or insight that is relevant today. 4. Pause for emphasis. Strategic pauses add impact to words and allow ideas to sink in. Avoid rushing through sentences. Example, when making an important point, pause briefly before delivering it to create anticipation. Number 5, adjust your tone and pace. A monotonous voice can make even the most important message dull. Varying tone and pace keeps listeners engaged. Example, slow down when emphasizing a critical point and speed up when building excitement. 6, use nonverbal communication. Maintain eye contact to establish presence. Use hand gestures to emphasize points. Ensure posture is upright and confident. 7, listen more, speak less. Listening attentively makes your responses more meaningful. People appreciate speakers who truly engage rather than just waiting for their turn to talk. 8, speak with confidence, not arrogance. Confidence earns respect. Arrogance repels people. Acknowledge differing opinions while standing firm in your knowledge. Example, instead of dismissing opposing views, say, that's an interesting perspective. Here's why I see it differently. Words shape perceptions, relationships, and even our own self-worth. By speaking with clarity, purpose, and confidence, one can ensure that their voice is not only heard, but respected. The wisdom gained over a lifetime is invaluable. Do not let weak speech diminish its impact. By following these principles, you can transform the way you communicate, ensuring that your voice remains powerful and influential in every conversation. Number 3, gratitude over bitterness, a key to happiness and connection. Bitterness is like a poison that slowly seeps into our thoughts, actions, and relationships. It can be a response to disappointment, betrayal, or the feeling that life has been unfair. However, holding on to bitterness does not change the past. It only steals our present joy and isolates us from the people who might bring light into our lives. As people age, they accumulate experiences, some joyful, some painful. While reflecting on the past is natural, dwelling on regrets, missed opportunities, and injustices can lead to resentment. Over time, this negativity pushes others away. Friends and family may initially sympathize, but constant complaints and bitterness become exhausting. This, in turn, creates a cycle of loneliness. The more one dwells in bitterness, the less others want to be around them, reinforcing feelings of isolation and abandonment. Moreover, bitterness affects not only mental and emotional well-being, but also physical health. Studies have shown that chronic negativity and stress contribute to conditions like high blood pressure, heart disease, and weakened immune function. The body and mind are deeply connected. What we nurture in our thoughts manifests in our health and interactions with others. Buddhism teaches that suffering arises from attachment, whether to past grievances, material possessions, or unrealistic expectations. The key to peace is letting go and focusing on the present moment. Gratitude is an essential practice in Buddhist philosophy because it shifts attention away from what is lacking toward what is abundant in one's life. Gratitude does not mean denying pain or injustice. It means choosing to see the lessons and blessings that coexist with struggles. By practicing gratitude, one replaces bitterness with appreciation, making life more fulfilling and relationships more harmonious. When we radiate gratitude, we naturally attract kindness and warmth from others. People are drawn to those who uplift them, not those who drag them down. Practical steps to cultivate gratitude. 1. Daily reflection. Keep a gratitude journal and write down 3 things you're thankful for each day. They can be simple, such as a warm cup of tea, a kind word from a friend, or the beauty of nature. 2. Mindfulness practice. Engage in meditation or deep breathing to stay present and appreciate the moment rather than dwelling on past disappointments. 3. Acts of kindness. Helping others shifts focus from personal grievances to shared humanity. Volunteering, offering a kind word, or simply listening to someone with compassion fosters connection. 4. Reframing perspective. Instead of thinking, "Why did this happen to me?" ask, "What can I learn from this experience?" 5. Limit negative conversations. Avoid dwelling in complaints or engaging in conversations that reinforce resentment. Instead, direct discussions towards solutions and appreciation. I once knew 2 elderly men living in the same retirement home. Their lives had taken different paths, but they both had their fair share of hardships. One man, Mr. Thomas, often complained about his past, his career setbacks, his strained relationships, and the ways life had disappointed him. He would spend hours dwelling on what could have been, bitter about lost opportunities and the perceived failures of those around him. The other man, Mr. James, had also experienced loss. His wife had passed away, and his health was declining. Yet he had a different outlook. He would share stories of the love he had known, the adventures he had taken, and the joy he found in small things, like a good book or a beautiful sunset. He laughed often, encouraged others, and always expressed gratitude for the life he had lived. Over time, I noticed a stark difference between them. Mr. Thomas had fewer and fewer visitors. Even the staff tended to avoid lengthy conversations with him, as they left feeling drained. Meanwhile, Mr. James always had company. His children, grandchildren, and even staff members loved spending time with him because he radiated warmth and wisdom. He had accepted the past and chose to focus on the present with gratitude. The story of Mr. Thomas and Mr. James illustrates an important truth. People gravitate toward those who uplift them. No one enjoys being around constant negativity, as it brings down their own energy. On the other hand, those who approach life with gratitude become a source of light and joy for others. By choosing gratitude over bitterness, we create an environment where meaningful connections flourish. Whether in friendships, family relationships, or even casual encounters, our energy influences how people respond to us. Science supports the benefits of gratitude. Studies have shown that people who practice gratitude tend to live longer, healthier, and happier lives. Some of the proven benefits include improved mental health. Gratitude reduces symptoms of depression and anxiety by shifting focus away from negative thoughts. Better sleep. Those who express gratitude before bed tend to sleep more soundly, as they are less preoccupied with stress. Lower stress levels. Focusing on what is good rather than dwelling on grievances reduces stress and fosters resilience. Stronger social bonds. Expressing gratitude strengthens relationships as it fosters appreciation and mutual respect. Life is filled with challenges, but how we respond to them defines our experience. Bitterness isolates, while gratitude connects. The choice is ours, either to dwell on the past and push others away, or to embrace the present and attract warmth and companionship. Regardless of age, we all have the ability to cultivate gratitude. It is never too late to shift our perspective and find joy in the moments we have. The past cannot be changed, but our attitude toward it can shape our future. So, the next time you find yourself slipping into resentment, take a moment to reflect on something you are grateful for. It might be a small thing, but over time, these moments of gratitude accumulate, transforming both your outlook and your relationships. In the end, those who choose gratitude not only lead happier lives, but also leave behind a legacy of kindness, wisdom, and love. Number 4, lifelong learning. Stay relevant, stay respected. In a rapidly changing world, one of the greatest challenges older adults face is staying relevant. Many people believe that learning is for the young, but that mindset can lead to stagnation and isolation. The truth is, knowledge is power at any age. Continuous learning is not just about keeping up with technology or new trends, it's about maintaining curiosity, staying engaged with life, and preserving the respect of those around us. Why do some older individuals lose respect over time? It often happens when they resist change, dismiss new ideas, or refuse to adapt. However, those who remain lifelong learners are seen as wise, adaptable, and inspiring. They bridge the gap between generations, making their presence valued and appreciated. In Buddhism, the pursuit of wisdom is a lifelong journey. The Buddha himself emphasized the importance of continuous learning, stating that a mind that seeks wisdom never truly ages. The moment we stop learning, we stop growing. Why learning matters at every age? Lifelong learning isn't just about academic education, it's about staying mentally sharp, emotionally fulfilled, and socially connected. Here are some key benefits. 1. Keeps your mind sharp. Scientific studies show that engaging in intellectual activities helps maintain cognitive function and may even reduce the risk of dementia. Reading, solving puzzles, learning new skills, or engaging in meaningful discussions keeps the brain active and agile. Studies from the National Institute on Aging suggest that individuals who continue to learn and challenge their brains are less likely to experience severe cognitive decline. Number 2, allows meaningful conversations with younger generations. One of the biggest generational divides happens when older individuals stop engaging with new ideas, technologies, or cultural shifts. When elders stay informed and curious, they can connect with younger generations on a deeper level. Instead of dismissing modern trends as nonsense, imagine an older adult who takes the time to understand social media, digital communication, or contemporary issues. They become someone younger people respect and seek advice from rather than avoid. A grandfather who learns about his grandchildren's favorite online games, social media platforms, or new scientific discoveries is far more likely to have meaningful conversations with them. Number 3, prevents feeling irrelevant. Aging does not mean becoming invisible. One of the biggest fears older adults have is feeling irrelevant in society. However, those who continue to learn find themselves involved in discussions, sought out for their wisdom, and engaged in meaningful activities. For instance, learning new technologies allows older adults to stay connected with friends and family. Taking up a new hobby or skill keeps life exciting. Knowledge keeps you confident and ensures that you remain an active participant in life, rather than just an observer. A retired woman who learns a new language can travel confidently and communicate with locals. A grandfather who learns coding might impress his grandchildren by creating a simple mobile app. Buddhism teaches that wisdom is a lifelong pursuit. The Buddha himself continuously sought understanding and encouraged his disciples to ask questions, explore, and never settle for ignorance. One of the Buddha's greatest disciples, Sariputta, was known for his deep wisdom. However, he never stopped learning, even in old age. He would humbly seek knowledge from others, even those younger or less experienced than himself. His humility and thirst for wisdom made him one of the most respected figures in Buddhist history. This story teaches us that true wisdom is not about knowing everything. It is about remaining open to learning. The moment we believe we know it all, we close the doors to growth. Buddhism emphasizes the middle way, which means finding balance. This applies to learning as well. Many older adults feel conflicted between holding on to traditional wisdom and accepting new knowledge. But the key is not to reject the past or blindly accept the future. It's to integrate both. A Buddhist monk who embraces both meditation and modern psychology can offer even deeper insights into mindfulness and mental well-being. Lifelong learning is not just a theory, it has been proven by countless individuals who defied age-related expectations. Meet Nola Ox, the oldest college graduate in the world. At the age of 95, Nola Ox became the world's oldest college graduate. She completed her degree at Fort Hays State University, sitting alongside classmates who were generations younger. Instead of seeing her age as a limitation, she used it as an opportunity to inspire others. Nola did not go back to school just for a degree. She did it because she believed learning should never stop. Her story spread worldwide, and she became a symbol of resilience and wisdom. What can we learn from Nola? Age should never be an excuse to stop growing. Learning keeps you engaged and connected to the world. Those who continue to learn are admired and respected by all generations. Practical ways to embrace lifelong learning. How can older adults actively integrate learning into their daily lives? Here are some practical steps. 1. Read every day. Reading is one of the simplest ways to keep learning. Whether it's books, articles, or audiobooks, expanding knowledge through reading stimulates the mind. 2. Take online courses. With modern technology, learning is more accessible than ever. Websites like Coursera, Udemy, or even YouTube offer courses on a wide range of topics, from philosophy to digital skills. Number 3, learn a new language. Studies show that learning a new language improves brain function and memory. It also allows for deeper cultural understanding. 4, engage in meaningful conversations. Having discussions with people of different ages and backgrounds broadens perspectives and keeps the mind active. 5, try a new hobby or skill. From playing a musical instrument to gardening, learning new skills adds excitement to life. 6, stay curious. The most important habit of lifelong learners is curiosity. Ask questions, seek answers, and never stop exploring. Lifelong learning is not just about acquiring new knowledge, it is about staying engaged with life. Those who remain curious, adaptable, and open to growth will always be valued. No one is ever too old to learn. Whether through formal education, personal exploration, or simply staying interested in the world, learning keeps us sharp, relevant, and respected. Stay curious, and the world will always value your presence. Number 5, active engagement. Don't fade into the background. Aging is often accompanied by a cultural or personal tendency to withdraw from active participation in family, community, and society. Many older adults feel they have already contributed enough and deserve a peaceful, quiet life. While rest and reflection are valuable, completely stepping away from engagement can lead to isolation, a loss of purpose, and even declining health. Instead of retreating, the later years should be a time of active engagement, a period where elders continue to contribute, share wisdom, and remain deeply connected with the world around them. Whether through conversations, mentoring, volunteering, or simply being an active presence in family life, maintaining engagement is essential for personal well-being and social respect. Why presence matters. Humans are inherently social beings. From birth to old age, we thrive on connection, interaction, and purpose. As individuals age, some may feel that their role in society is diminishing, but this is far from the truth. Presence and participation prevent elders from becoming invisible. 1. Staying socially relevant. Remaining engaged keeps older adults socially and mentally active. Whether through technology, discussions, or hobbies, staying informed allows elders to continue sharing valuable insights and experiences. When they participate in conversations, whether about current events, family matters, or even pop culture, they reinforce their relevance in society. A person who consistently contributes to discussions and remains curious about the world is respected and valued. On the other hand, those who withdraw often find themselves feeling unheard and unseen. 2. The power of contribution. Giving back to family and society ensures a sense of fulfillment. Contributing can take many forms. Mentorship, offering guidance to younger generations in career, relationships, or life skills. Volunteering, assisting in community projects, religious organizations, or educational initiatives. Family support, playing an active role in family dynamics, helping raise grandchildren, or simply being a pillar of wisdom and support. Those who remain active contributors are recognized as valuable assets rather than burdens. Contribution is a way to maintain one's sense of purpose and dignity. 3. Preventing loneliness and isolation. Aging often comes with major life changes, retirement, loss of peers, or changes in health. These shifts can sometimes lead to loneliness, which is linked to depression, anxiety, and cognitive decline. However, elders who actively engage in social interactions, hobbies, and community activities often experience better emotional and physical health. Engagement helps combat loneliness by fostering deeper relationships, keep the mind sharp by stimulating cognitive activity, strengthen emotional resilience by maintaining a sense of belonging. Buddhism teaches the importance of mindfulness and presence. being fully engaged in the present moment without attachment to the past or anxiety about the future. This philosophy aligns perfectly with the idea of active engagement in later life. As one, engagement is a form of mindfulness. Mindfulness is not just about meditating in solitude, it is about actively showing up for life. Staying present means embracing interactions, listening deeply, and contributing to the world with awareness and intention. A mindful elder is someone who does not fade away into irrelevance, but rather brings full presence to each moment, whether that's a conversation with a grandchild, a community event, or a simple act of kindness. Number two, the middle path. Neither clinging nor withdrawing, Buddhism speaks of the middle path, a balanced approach to life. For elders, this means neither clinging to a past identity, such as a former career or role, nor completely withdrawing from society. Instead, it involves finding new ways to be relevant and engaged. For example, a retired business professional may no longer hold a corporate position, but they can offer mentorship to young entrepreneurs. A former athlete may no longer compete, but can coach or inspire younger generations. By accepting change while continuing to contribute, elders embrace the flow of life without resistance. One inspiring story comes from an 85-year-old retired teacher, Mr. Lim, who lived in a small village in Vietnam. Though he had officially retired decades earlier, he continued tutoring children for free, believing that knowledge should never be wasted. Each afternoon, children would gather at his small home, where he patiently helped them with mathematics and literature. Despite his advanced age, his presence in the community remained vital. Parents respected him, students admired him, and he continued to find joy and purpose in teaching. Mr. Lim's wisdom and engagement kept him youthful. He did not see aging as an excuse to retreat from life, but rather as an opportunity to serve in a different yet equally meaningful way. Aging does not mean disappearing. The elders who remain active, engaged, and visible are those who continue to command respect. The world does not abandon those who keep showing up, sharing, and contributing. How to stay engaged as you age. Participate in family and community discussions. Stay informed and offer insights in family decisions. Engage with younger generations and learn from them as well. Keep mentoring and teaching. Share your life experiences, professional knowledge, and wisdom. Support and guide those who seek advice or mentorship. Engage in volunteer work. Offer your time to causes that matter to you. Assist at local shelters, community centers, or religious organizations. Pursue hobbies and lifelong learning. Join clubs, attend classes, or take up a new skill. Read, write, paint, or engage in creative activities. Stay physically and socially active. Walk, exercise, or practice yoga to maintain physical health. Attend social gatherings and community events to foster connections. By continuing to engage with the world, elders ensure their presence is both felt and valued. In doing so, they inspire younger generations while enriching their own lives with purpose and joy. Active engagement is not just about remaining relevant, it is about living fully. As long as one has breath, one has something to contribute, whether through wisdom, kindness, or presence. Don't fade into the background. Show up for life, and life will continue to embrace you in return. Aging does not mean losing respect, unless you allow it. How you experience your later years depends largely on the choices you make today. Every action, habit, and mindset you cultivate now shapes the way others will perceive and treat you in the future. Will you be seen as wise and dignified, or as someone who has given up on life? The answer lies in your hands. Stay physically active. Movement is essential for longevity and maintaining independence. Even small daily exercises can improve strength and balance. Speak with confidence and clarity. Your voice reflects your inner strength. Communicate with purpose and people will listen. Let go of bitterness. Embrace gratitude. Carrying resentment weighs you down, while gratitude opens the door to joy and peace. Keep learning and evolving. Growth never stops, no matter your age. Stay curious, challenge yourself, and keep your mind sharp. Stay engaged in life. Isolation leads to decline. Stay connected with your community, pursue hobbies, and find purpose every day. The way people treat you in old age is shaped by the choices you make now. When you live with strength, wisdom, and gratitude, respect will follow naturally. Aging with dignity is not about resisting time, but embracing it with grace. If this message resonated with you, Consider liking, sharing, and subscribing for more insights on mindfulness, aging, and spiritual wisdom. Until next time, stay present, stay strong, and stay mindful.